we can exhibit much more of our potential, and that we can create the environment for many others to exhibit their capability and their potential. You see, fear is learned as children, no matter what the culture is, no matter what the country. Fear is a learned habit. It's a learned behavior. Because we learned it, we can unlearn it. And so when we look at creating a sustainable model for continuous learning in today's global marketplace, it is about having expanded awareness around our habits of fear that somehow slow us down, that cause us to not be as productive, and the willingness to unlearn those habits so that we can expand and practice the habits of learning that create possibilities, that create opportunities, and in fact, give us a much better work-life balance because we are individually more productive. And in creating that environment of learning, we allow other people to be far more productive. What happens to your emotional energy? Because emotions are the on and off switch to learning. So research shows that positive emotions turn on learning. It allows our brain to think better, to reason more easily, to be more inventive and creative. And that negative emotions or toxic emotions really are the off switch to learning. That our brain somehow does shut down, and that it's more difficult for us to think, more difficult for us to reason, that it's difficult to make the connections that are so important for creativity and innovation. So emotions really are the on and off switch to learning. Emotions really do belong in the workplace. As we look at practicing the behavior change methodology and expanding awareness around what we're thinking, we also want to have expanded awareness about our emotions and the impact that it has on us as change leaders, the impact that it has on us as risk takers. So in this next exercise, you'll have the opportunity to document the connection between your energy and your emotions, and the direct link between personal productivity, team productivity, and the outcome of this problem-solving drill. It is absolutely essential in today's brutally competitive global marketplace to be great at learning, unlearning, and relearning. And what do we need to unlearn first? Unlearn fear. Now, you may be saying to yourself, maybe fear is a habit with a lot of other executives and leaders, but certainly fear is not a habit that I personally practice. Well, I'd like you to think for a moment. Fear comes in many different forms. As I said, it could be fear of the unknown, it could be fear of failure, it could be fear of change, it could be fear of not having all of the answers. What's also interesting about fear is that the smarter we are, the less it looks like fear. So a fear habit could be being a perfectionist. A fear habit could be over-planning, over-rationalizing, over-talking through an issue, having a lot of meetings. And all of these habits, all of these behaviors are a real distraction to productivity. So with the imbalance that we have between our personal lives and our work lives, and the need for being more productive, the ability, our own ability, to be aware and to unlearn, learn, and relearn is what will give us the globally competitive advantage. No matter what, I am a bold change leader. No matter what. It is about being deliberately bold in the moment, every single moment. It is about choosing awareness so that we don't fall into the dark holes in the sidewalk. It's about awareness so that if we do fall in, we can get right back out. It's about awareness so that we can engage other people and not falling into those holes in the sidewalk. So remember, be bold. Be deliberately bold right now, in this moment, every single moment. Change leaders must experience the fear, because the fear is feedback to us that we are learning or doing something new or different. If we can be objective observers around our beliefs or fears or barriers, then we're able to identify them for the purpose of taking that insight into action, for the purpose of setting aside those past successes or past negatives so that we have the freedom to experiment with other possibilities and with other opportunities, no matter what. And it means no matter that we're feeling the fear, because fear is like feeling the burn in a workout. It's feedback to us that we are indeed doing something very different. By the way that we behave, we create an environment that engages creativity, that engages people, that engages change. Or we create the environment that disengages. We stifle or we energize by our change leadership habits. And so that's why it's very important that we as leaders have the awareness around our own personal habits so that we can see the link between how we lead and the impact that it has on others, and the impact that it has on the openness to learning with others.